into the belief of separation. Why is it that we can come to accept the concept that we are all one, but your experience still feels as if you are separated? First off, believing that we are all one isn't enough to actually experience that. It's not enough to actually know this to be the truth of reality. So, where does this illusion of separation come from? Where is it rooted in? Well, it's in the belief of you identifying as a person, as a separate human who is experiencing life. The only reason why we believe in separation is because of the ego. The ego creates personal realities based off of its personality, which was created through consciousness experiencing life. So let's really look at that. What is the ego, and how did it form? The moment a vessel is born, it's given a name. This is the beginning of creating a person. As consciousness experiences life through this vessel, it begins to collect things. It collects experiences, hobbies, opinions, likes, and dislikes. It collects a belief system, desires, fears, insecurities. All of these ideas and concepts that are being collected are claimed to be owned by the person, whatever your vessel's name is. They claim all of those ideas and stories to be theirs. If you watch a documentary, it may start off by saying, "This is my life. We identify with the story of my life." And because of this, your sense of I is connected to this person. Your sense of I is connected to the ego. I like to do this. I don't believe in that. I had a terrible past experience. I desire to become this. I have anxiety. I'm suffering so much. What's important to realize here is that this person that you believe yourself to be was created mentally in the one mind. It's truly just a collection of thoughts. It's not real. You don't exist as a person because the person doesn't actually exist. If you don't think about yourself, where are you? This is why if I asked, "Who are you?" you would begin to think about who you are. See how you have to go to thoughts to search for your identity. But I'm pretty sure you are aware of now, when you begin your spiritual journey, you come across a concept that may point to the fact that you were never who you thought you were. You were never this person who had a past, who had beliefs. You were never this ego-created character. And it's so difficult to see through this because even when we attempt to observe the ego, there can be this subtle belief that it's the ego or the person that is aware. We attach this person to everything. We believe the person is the one listening to this video. The person is the one who is talking. The person is the one who is hearing things and doing things and thinking thoughts and suffering. When in fact there is nothing here listening, hearing is just happening. There is nothing and nobody here talking. Talking and sounds are just happening. There is nobody here doing anything. Things are just happening. And nothing is happening to you because there is no separate you here to play victim. All of these things happen without the idea of a separate self who is involved in it. Notice this now. Thinking is happening without the idea of a thinker. The thinker is a thought. There is no thinker. And of course, because we have created an identity that has been attached to this story of being a person for years. Of course, it can be confusing and difficult at times to see clearly through the illusion. But simple inquiry can begin to break through this identity of being a separate self, which will lead to the recognition of what you truly are and have always been, which is life itself. What you truly are isn't something you can identify with. I may say you are consciousness and space and presence or whatever, but you can't identify with that. Self-realization comes from the dissolving of identity completely. Because where is this consciousness that you can identify with? What could you possibly be looking for? Could you grab consciousness and show somebody it and say, this is me? No. What you are is nothing. It's no thing. It's not a thing. And don't think being nothing is boring and depressing. This no thing that you are is all there is. It's everything. Yes, it's empty. But this emptiness is literally life itself. It's what religion refers to as God. It's what we all are. Because it's all there is. My favorite way to investigate this is to realize that there is something that's been here that has never changed. Notice how this person that you believe to be has changed millions of times. You are not the person you were last year or 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Your personality has constantly changed. And this is only possible because it's not what you truly are. What you are cannot change. Even the body you are experiencing right now is not the same body you were experiencing as a child. This sense of I can also be connected to the body, and I'll get into that soon, because you're also not the body. But there is something here that hasn't changed. The only reason why you know that your personality has changed is because you are that which is effortlessly aware of experience. Experiences change all the time, but that which is aware of experiences changing hasn't changed. It's presence. And for now, let's just call you presence. This presence is primary, and the person or ego is secondary. Presence was here before the personality or the ego was created. It's here when no thoughts are here. It's here while thoughts are here, and it's here after they drop. This unchanging presence is what you are. As a newborn, you didn't have an identity. Even if a parent held your vessel up to a mirror, there wasn't a thought in the mind that said, oh, that's me. You were here as presence, and you were aware of a vessel in the mirror. You had no judgment or idea of what you were aware of. You were just experiencing what is with no mental commentary about it. You didn't learn to identify with the body yet. It wasn't until other vessels and egos taught you this. They said, look at you. They took pictures of this vessel and told you that this is who you are. You sang head, shoulders, knees, and toes in school, and the teachers told you to point to your eyes, point to your ears. You get the point. The same way you were taught to create this identity with the ego, you were also taught to identify with the body. Now that you have created this identity as a body and a person, you now have stepped into the illusion of separation because you believe, well, if I am this body-mind, that must mean every other body-mind is a separate person also. Now you believe when you see other vessels, you're seeing other people. Oh, that's my mom, that's my dad, that's my friend. You begin to believe that you are this person who is separate from life, experiencing life, instead of realizing you are life itself experiencing itself. You are not here only as a body, you are here as presence itself. You were here before the body, and you'll be hereafter. You were here before anybody. All of these vessels were born within you. They are all creations of your mind. A famous scripture that I like to use from the Bible was when Jesus said, "Before Abraham, I am." This is basically saying before ego, before this body and mind, I was here, and I still existed before them. I am here before all of this. This I am that Jesus was talking about is exactly what you are also. When you talk about yourself, you say, I am. If a tree could talk and I asked it, are you, it would say, I am. If I asked a rock the same question, it would say, I am. Jesus was aware of his nature. He wasn't religious. He was enlightened, and his teachings are teachings of consciousness, not religion. Jesus didn't identify as Jesus. He said, I am God, because he was aware of his nature. And you can do exactly what Jesus has done and more. You as consciousness played Jesus. You were Jesus. You were Buddha. You are me and I am you. Remember you as this consciousness, as this presence. You are primary. Without you, nothing can exist. But you exist without nothing because you are existence itself. But how do you discover this? Well, first things first. This is what you are right now, regardless of what appears or how it feels. You are what you are. And because this is a fact, it's not possible to for it, because you are already this. That's like trying to hear hearing, or trying to see the eyes. What's a lot more effective to discover self is to begin to notice what you are not, because there is nothing to do to be. Being is here before any doing happens. Because what you are is primary. So instead of trying to do something to be what you are, just look and realize that you're not what you are aware of. You are constantly aware of this person and body, which means this cannot be what you are. You are aware of the world, which means this can't be what you are. You are aware of thoughts and emotions, meaning this can't be what you are. If it changes, if it comes and goes, it isn't you. Notice that awareness cannot go anywhere. It never began and it can never end. You have always been here. As you begin to realize everything you are aware of comes and goes and changes, you start to realize that presence never changes as these experiences change. And it begins to feel like, oh, this is what I truly am. It's like you tap into something that is undeniably true. This is truth. And I've caught myself laughing multiple times because for so long I've been identifying with something that doesn't even exist. It really is a joke. Life is a dream, but it's your dream. It's consciousness dreaming. You are nothing of this dream because it doesn't actually exist in the way you think it does. But at the same time, everything in this dream is you because it's made out of you. This is how you are one with everything. Just like in a dream, you believe it to be so real while you're dreaming it. Regardless of what's happening, you are 100% convinced that it's real. You can feel, taste, hear, think, etc. You have all five senses in a dream, which makes you believe it to be real because it feels real. But then you wake up and you say, oh, it was just a dream, none of that was real. Well, this is what awakening to your nature is like. It's exactly like that. You realize this is a dream. It's all you, it's all one. It's not real. It's amazing and you can enjoy it, but it's not real. So stop taking it so serious. You can't even die because you were never born.